Welcome to the first and probably the only Will It Noodle Q&A session. I'm Noodle Bolby, the talking noodle bowl, and as the founder and showrunner of the series, I am hosting this Q&A session to celebrate our first milestone together. Thank you all once again for your love and support in making this achievement a possibility. The first set of questions I'm going to answer will be some of the most frequently asked ones, and we will carry on with the smaller ones until all questions have been answered. Now, let's begin. The most common question I've been receiving goes somewhere along the lines of what inspired me to make the contents you see on my channel in the first place. Like, where did the idea come from, and why am I doing all of this? Well, for starters, I am a noodle fanatic. I love noodles, obsessed with them even, because to me, no other foods hit just as hard as a nice, comforting bowl or a plate of noodles. So with my love for noodles, I wanted to know everything about it. So after learning and experiencing the ways of making noodles from scratch, curiosity sort of piqued naturally in a chaotic sort of way. We all know the base ingredients to make fresh handmade noodles are just flour and water. Most people even included salt. I do too sometimes. So in one particular night, for some reason, I had this deep burning thought in my head. Flour and water to make noodles. If I change wheat flour to starch, it'll be glass noodles. Change the flour to rice, you get rice noodles or vermicelli. Change it to buckwheat, you'll get soba or naengmyeon. But what if we stick to wheat flour, but change the liquid instead? Not water, but maybe soups, broths, sauces, purees, you name it. I searched them on YouTube to see if anyone has done such experiments before to satisfy my curiosity. And to my surprise, no one did. I was shocked. Is anyone not as curious as me? Has anyone else not thought as far as to change the type of liquid to see the outcome of wheat noodles? Nobody has done it before. It's 2024 and there's not a single content creator I can look up to when it comes to satisfying this particular curiosity of mine. That's what I said to myself. If I can't find a content creator doing this, then by all means, I shall be that content creator. And thus, the Will It Noodle Show was born. And I named my show Will It Noodle because that was the burning question. All the liquids and wet ingredients in this world, but not everything, will noodle. So with your help and suggestions, I'll take the honors to go through each and every one of them to find the answer. And I noticed as my platform grows, it feels wonderful to know that there are also people out there who share the same curiosity as I am. The next common question I've received is, throughout my experimental noodle adventures, which one is my favorite? Now, I shall tell you the best, which is also my favorite, and also the worst. There are a number of noodles I've made that had a full score rating, which is a 10 out of 10. But the best of the best that I still remember to this day, heck, I'm willing to even remake it, would be the Shin Ramen broth. It was amazing. The noodles itself took on a flavor of the broth. If by any means in the future, making more noodles out of instant broths becomes a trend on the internet, all I will say in advance is, you're welcome. Will I do this again? Absolutely. Maybe not with Shin Ramen. I will try it with a different instant noodle brand and flavor. Maybe Migi Curry next. As for the worst, the weirdest, the most cursed, there's a lot. Most of the noodles made with sweet ingredients like a fruit juice concentrate and fruit jams are a no-no. Strawberry jam is the worst. Not only was it one of the hardest ingredients to noodle up, it straight up violated my taste buds afterwards. The most cursed will definitely have to be honey. I don't even want to go there. At the end of 2024, I will make a special compilation videos of all my noodle experiments made throughout the year. The top 10 best, the top 10 worst, etc. The next question is, when and why do I like noodles? Ever since I was a kid, because honestly, they're just fun to eat. Look at this for example. When you eat rice, you just shovel it in. When you eat finger foods, you shovel it in as well. Soups, stews, pasta, fast foods, it's just straight up down the gutter. But noodles are an exception. You don't shovel noodles in, you slurp. Spaghetti don't count. You can't slurp spaghetti, it's mood. They want you to twirl it, but you don't twirl noodles. You can slurp them. Heck, even in Japanese culture, it's encouraged to slurp because not only does it mean you appreciate the food and compliment the chef, but for some reason the noodles will also taste better when you slurp. And this doesn't apply to just Japanese ramen, it applies to almost every other noodle dishes. So yeah, noodles are just fun to eat and also somewhat therapeutic. Well, to be at least. Another burning question I've been receiving, not only for this Q&A session, but also almost on each and every one of my videos on TikTok, is where am I from? I am from Malaysia, a country in Southeast Asia. Now, because I'm Malaysian, I'm pretty sure some of you may wonder, why are my contents 100% in the English language? The answer is simple. I would like my contents to branch out to international audiences. I want to make sure the contents I release are enjoyed by everyone on this planet, regardless of who you are and where you're from. And by doing it in English, there will be no language barrier issues. Everyone in my community gets fair and equal treatment, whether you're Malaysian or not. Next question. Oh, face reveal and voice reveal, eh? Now, I totally get a curiosity, I really do. But I want to be upfront with you guys. I'm a super shy and introverted person. And for now, I prefer to keep my identity private. So you won't be seeing my face or hearing my real voice anytime soon, I'm sorry. Though I will say, y'all do see a little bit of me in my branding. Like my Noodle Bulby avatar. What you're seeing here isn't just any old face. It's actually an anthropomorphic noodle bowl with the elements of how I look like in real life. I'm quite a chubby person. My ears do look like this in real life, and I have natural curly hair, almost like Noodles. As for the voice, allow me to set a record straight and give everybody the truth. It's not text-to-speech. It was never text-to-speech from the start. What you're listening to right now is really me, a human being, talking to a microphone. Only I added a voice filter every time I do my editing in CapCut to, conceal my identity. Keeping my identity private is not because I don't appreciate your interests, but because my focus is really on the passion I have for content creating and culinary, especially noodles. My goal is to entertain you all and share this love with you without making myself the center of attention. I hope you understand that for me, content creation is about sharing the things I love with my community and not for, personal fame and popularity. So I apologize if I have disappointed you. I appreciate you for respecting my choices, and I'm grateful to have a community that supports me for what I do. Okie dokie, now that I have answered all the frequently asked questions, time for the super random wildcard ones. Question 1. As a Indomie and Miggy lover since kid, same here. What is your favorite noodle and your favorite instant noodle? Same question as question number 2 by Bola Basketbaka. What's your favorite instant noodle and home meat noodle? Okay, my favorite noodle dish will have to be Swan Lafet, which literally translates to hot and sour noodles. It's originated from the Sichuan province in China, with sweet potato noodles being the main component of the dish. I have shared the recipe on how to make it on my channel, by the way, and it's also the first recipe I've ever shared. That shows how much I like it. As for my favorite instant noodles, I'll answer that along with this question. What's your favorite Indomie flavor? I said Indomie because if I asked noodle, you would say Shin Ramyun. Truth be told, the answer I'm about to give you is not Shin Ramyun. My number 1 favorite Indomie flavor is the rendang one, but unfortunately for some reason it was discontinued in Malaysia, and I don't know why, but I'm really sad about it. So I'll have to choose my second favorite, which is the green chili one. But is Indomie my favorite instant noodle brand? Sorry. No, it's Misadap. That's my favorite instant noodle brand, to be honest. I just made an Indomie video the other day to showcase my cooking method, but I will make a video on my favorite Misadap flavor soon. Do you plan to make keyboard emojis with Willet Noodle special faces? You know what I mean? I definitely get what you mean. And I do plan on making keyboard emojis on my avatar, absolutely yes. When I'm eligible to make membership perks, I will make exclusive Noodle Bulby emojis for everyone. Do you know Willet Noodle shortens into win? Oh my god, it does! Oh my god, thank you! Next question. What kind of job would you like to be working? My dream job, truth be told, is to be an astronomer. I have a strong fascination for space science and the studies of our universe. Why you changed the voice actor since the 3rd video? I changed the voice filter on my 3rd video because I felt like the filter that I used on my first 2 videos didn't seem to match my personality and vibe so much. Then again, I was experimenting with stuff, and it was only on my 3rd video when I felt like I finally found my niche. What was the weirdest ingredient so far from Done and Undone? Okay, if I have to pick one specifically, I will say kiwi, because I don't really have that much experience when it comes to making fruit confections. So the outcome when I made those kiwi noodles was definitely something I did not expect to happen. I thought the dough could easily noodle up like the banana, mango, dragon fruit, or even the durian one, but nope. The outcome took me by surprise, so I will say is the weirdest, having enzymes of a sort. How do I shuffle suggestions? Normally I do it based on which was suggested first and which was recently suggested. But there were instances when sometimes the ingredients I needed was not available for me at the time and I had to release a new content ASAP. So unfortunately some suggestions had to cut cues with the ones of which the ingredients I already have on hand. But I will get to them all eventually, that's for sure. Which country would I like to visit? Maldives. I wish to sit at the docks at night to stargaze. And which countries have I traveled? I've done a good amount of traveling with my mom in the past. I've been to China, especially Beijing. Then I went to Turkey, Korea, China again. This time it was Guilin and Guangzhou. Yes, we love China so much. Oh, and further in the past, she and I have visited Saudi Arabia, specifically Mecca and Medina. As for the last question, yes, I am a Muslim, but sorry, no. I only speak English and Malay. Next question, what do you like to watch? Ooh, depends on the platform. If it's Netflix, my all-time favorite show is a series of unfortunate events. Oh, and The Umbrella Academy. Oh, and just about every Studio Ghibli movies. I am a huge fan of them. As for what I like to watch on YouTube, it would be mukbang videos, or mukbang, however you pronounce it. Videos about space science, documentaries on how certain things are made, ASMR, content creators like Gensi Xiaoge, Fujian Grandma, Lizzie Chi, Shendan, and yeah. Oh, and I also like watching Cocoa Butter, especially their food swap series. Have you heard of Object Shows? No, I have not, but I'm definitely gonna check it out. Next question. Was there an ingredient that was so bad you decided to cancel its video? Thankfully, no. There's never been a video that had canceled yet, but the closest to such a thing happening would be the chocolate ganache experiment. I almost wanted to cancel that one because it couldn't noodle whatsoever, so much so that I had to turn it into a crepe. But content is content, so I decided to just film it too, just for, the laughs. Speaking of bad ingredient, was there one that gave you health problems? Oh, there are many ingredients I've tried that are downright bad, but thankfully none of them has made me sick. Yet, even the durian one was okay despite the smell. How are you planning to reverse the idea? I mean, instead of hydrates, you put powder into the flour. For now, I haven't gotten that idea yet, but I have a strange idea of using a different flour, like maybe using fried chicken coating flour, for example. Have you tried any done ingredients again with different method and came with different outcome? No, so far every liquid I used in my experiments have only been done once. Okay, next. Uncle Roger opened his own restaurant. Good for him. Will he ever open one? Will it noodle? Customers can choose noodles with anything. Ooh, I love that concept. To be honest, yeah, it would be so cool to have the opportunity and budget to open up my own restaurant. But we all know content creating and running a retail business are two completely different affairs. It's a huge commitment, and if one couldn't manage it well, it would end up like Doobie Dobop's restaurant situation. So for the time being, I have no intentions of doing so. But if it does happen, then yes, I do have the concept at hand at least, and that is, you get to choose your kind of crazy exclusive noodles we offer and the kind of seasonings and toppings you like. Kinda like Subway, but for a bowl of noodles. Next one. Did you try to make your own noodle, but not with water, into a dish? Yes, off camera, but only for the sake of making it palatable. Otherwise, if I eat it, I'd be like, where's the flavor? So sometimes I either whip up my own seasonings like a simple garlic, soy, and chili oil, or just as is if the ingredient I used was too salty. Next, who's that child that tries one of your noodles? Oh, that's my little nephew. Bless his heart. He loves seeing me make those noodles behind the camera. He's like one of my biggest supporters. Next one. Are you Russian? Heh? No, I'm Malaysian. But here's a funny story. When I was a kid, I really hated how hot of a country Malaysia is. So I had a phase where I thought I'm some Russian kid who's meant to live in the snowy lands of Moscow. My sister knew about this too, and I'm so embarrassed about it now. But some kids and teens went through a punk rock goth emo phase. Mine was a cranky Russian boy phase. Next one. What's your comfort food? Ooh, good question. Okay, confession time. I love noodles. I really do. It's my favorite thing to eat. I'd pick noodles over rice any day. But it's not my comfort food. My comfort food is fried chicken. Can I be in a video, please? You're in the video now, my friend. Are you gonna make vegetarian noodles? Absolutely. Vegetarian noodle recipes and even vegan noodle recipes have already been planned. In fact, some of my recipes have already uploaded can easily be altered, like the please mushroom noodles and hot and sour soup noodle recipe. Just skip the egg and the bouillon powder and it won't just be vegetarian, you'd be vegan too. You have any pets or family members? Obviously I have family members. As for pets, I don't have any for now, but back in the day I had a lot of aquatic pets. I had a goldfish, the silver kind of goldfish that looks like Ice Spice, a baby carp, flower horn, and an arowana. Are you handsome? No. Do you still remember me? Freaky Colette, your name does ring a bell to me. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kay, but I think you were one of my supporters when I didn't even have 1,000 followers on TikTok. If that's you, oh my god, I love you for being one of my loyal supporters since day one. And I can't thank you enough for sticking around in this noodle adventure together. That's Island. I just want to say hi. Still waiting for Tom Yum Noodle. Oh yes, absolutely. I'm definitely making Tom Yum Noodles this month. Mi kolo or wonton mi. Botol da sa dia tangan macam dalam Shaolin soccer. Oh my god. Okay. Just get put a bottle down. If I really had to choose either one of the two, I'd pick mi kolo, simply because it's not excessively drenched in dark soy, so I get to taste every part of the dish in detail. But if I crave for it and it's not available, then wonton noodles are my backup. Make the water tutorial that I've been asking for since. So sorry it hasn't even been shared yet, but in this month, I'm planning on releasing more long form content to be eligible for YouTube Partner Program, so I'm definitely gonna make that noodle tutorial with water with as much detailed explanation as I can without it being too overwhelming. I just want to know how to do noodles in water. When will you make double or triple combination of Willet noodles? Probably in the far future when I've used just about everything on this planet and are running low on ideas. Yeah, maybe I will. How to make noodles normal with eggs. If I remember correctly, you'll need about 100 grams of flour per egg. You can adjust accordingly in case you need a bit more flour, need less flour, but 100 grams per egg will be a good starting ratio. Have you worked in a restaurant before? As much as I'm embarrassed to admit, no, but I have worked in a factory before. Are you a culinary student? To everyone's surprise, no, I was not a culinary student. In fact, I was actually an engineering student. No kidding. But ever since I was a kid, culinary has always been my biggest passion, so I am self-taught. Growing up, I was never in the fields playing soccer like other boys. No, I'd be sitting at home, watching my mom and my mate, we had a mate last time, cook, and I said to myself, I want to do that. And it's a worthy thing to learn because cooking is a life skill. I still remember the first thing I've ever cooked in my life as a little child was a plate of sunny side up. Ah, memories. When did you start to create video? Oh, not that long, really. The first video I've uploaded was on April 13th. Can you adopt me? Yeah, sure, in a Roblox maybe. What's your Next question. Apart from working as a YouTube influencer, what is your job apart from that? At the moment, I'm working as a graphic designer. Will you ever make your own noodles? I have. So how about Kukubimon? Did you forget it? Oh no, I didn't forget. It's just that I've done it with extra jaws before, so I'd like to work with a completely different ingredient before I revisit again, but this time with Kukubimon. The same reason why I didn't do 100 plus immediately, because recently when it was suggested, I just did it with Coke. If you had a noodle restaurant, what kind of noodles would you serve? Well, I definitely want my restaurant to stand out and beat my competitors, so my noodle restaurant will serve the wacky noodles I've been making in my my experiments, but only the good, palatable ones though. Like the matcha one, the coffee one, and even the dragon fruit one. But no disgusting ones that if Ribena noodles, or my restaurant will never see the like of day again. Can you sing a booyah song on your Q&A? Pretty please? I don't even know how the song goes. Does it go like, skibbity? Oh my god, speak of the devil, skibbity toilet, or cameraman? I'm gonna have to say cameraman. Can you make Chick-fil-A sauce? Oh man, I don't know how though. I mean, we don't even have Chick-fil-A here in Malaysia, but I could try to look up a recipe. I love Will It Noodle. Oh, thank you, I love you too. Where is your house? Where do you live? I plead the fifth. How to make the basic noodles. Tutorial coming this month, I promise. How was it childhood? Ooh, my childhood is, I will say, pretty good actually. Not the happiest every time, of course, but that's how life works. If anything, I am more than grateful for having all the things and all the people I needed throughout my childhood, and I think that's all that matters. Penang laksa, Johor laksa, Sarawak laksa, or lain-lain. Ooh, we got a laksa competition going on right now. Okay, I love all laksa, but Johor laksa has a special place in my heart because I also love pasta. And FYI, Johor laksa uses spaghetti, so I think it stands out the most in terms of uniqueness. Have you ever vomited or been close to vomiting while trying the noodle? Oh, so many times. Not literally vomited though, but so many times I literally gagged and spat in a nearby trash can. Ribena, watermelon, strawberry jam, honey. Oh man, I'm getting sick as we speak. When did you start making noodles? In early 2021, while we were all recovering from the COVID-19 lockdown. No joke. If you could eat one brand of noodles for the rest of your life, what brand would it be? Easy, method up. And my favorite flavor, the crispy chicken one. A video about it coming soon. How old are you? I am currently 29 years old and only 6 months away to 30. How did you feel after the mango incident? I don't recall any incidents happening with the mango noodles though. If anything, it turned out way better than like the kiwi one. Do you prefer instant noodles or regular noodles? Honestly, I actually prefer regular noodle dishes because there's more variety of cuisines I could enjoy that are actually authentic compared to instant noodles. Of course, I do love instant noodles too, and I always have some at home in my pantry for, lazy days. Can you make noodles with Kool-Aid? Yeah, I can, although I may need to buy them online because it's hard to find Kool-Aid in normal stores in Malaysia, so it'll take some time before I finally do it. Okie dokie, we have a 3-in-1. Do you have any siblings? Oh yes, I do. I have 2 elder sisters, but I'm the youngest in the family. Why do you like to cook? Well, because I like to eat. In all seriousness, as I said earlier, cooking is a valuable life skill, and nothing beats the satisfaction of cooking your own dishes, because 1, you tend to save a lot of money from it. 2, you get to have it however you like, according to your preferences, your dietary restrictions, etc. And finally, if you ever crave for a certain dish that's hard to get in where you're from, you can always depend on your culinary expertise. Finally, I am 29 years old and I'm not really shy to tell people my age. I mean, my health and well-being are far more important to me. How am I getting entertained? Watch noodles. I know, right? It's almost therapeutic. Great noodle places in the country. Oh, quite a lot. I do have some favorite noodle places in my country. One of it is a halal hand-pulled noodle restaurant called Kung Fu Ramen, located in Summit Mall, USJ. I'll do a short vlog of it one day. English or Spanish? Malay. Do you watch anime? Not much of these days, but I have watched quite a number of animes back in the day with my sister. She and I used to watch Yu Yu Hakusho, Gurren Lagann, Gegege no Kitaro, UFO Baby, Nichijou, and that's all I can remember for now. Oh, and Crayon Shin-chan, how could I forget that? Do you watch soccer/football? And no, I don't watch football or what they call in America soccer. Sorry. Okay, I've already explained the feasible situation. So, next question. You're the one that finished the noodles. Sometimes me, sometimes my sister, sometimes my nephew. The bad ones like honey or kiwi or strawberry jam, or even a mayo one. I'm sorry, that's straight up poison. And I love myself and everyone at home, so I had to discard it. When you're gonna make noodles using Uncle Roger Noodle? What? Does he even make noodles? I thought he makes egg fry. Oh wait, you mean that chili crab pasta one? Oh yeah, let me check. God, I don't know. $30 for the package, $20 for the shipping. With tax included, it would be almost $70. Screw that shit, I'd rather cook my own. Congratulations, Noodle Man. Thank you so much. I couldn't achieve this milestone without lovely supporters like you. Thank you. How many money do you spend on noodles? Oh, not much really, especially if you're making your own noodles from scratch. In my country, you can get one bag of all-purpose flour for 3 Malaysian ringgit, which is less than $1. And that one bag could make enough noodles for 8 to 10 people. So yeah, all the more reason for me to share with you guys how to make your own noodles from scratch, and I will, I promise. Well, we try to make other shapes of noodles. I know, I get what you mean. I have actually. If you notice in my experiments, sometimes the noodles are thin, sometimes they're thick, sometimes they're wide, and one time the dough couldn't noodle, so I made cattier noodles instead. What is your favorite type of carbonated drink? Root beer! And the final question is, why are you doing all of this? For science, baby! For science. And that wraps up this Q&A session. A huge thank you to everyone who sent in their questions, and of course, to all of you watching. I wouldn't be here without you, and I appreciate all the love you've shown to the channel. If by any chance I didn't get to your question, don't worry, I'll simply answer them directly. Just let me know if I missed any. And hey, stick around because I've got some exciting new contents coming soon. That's right, more than just noodle experiments, but it will always be about noodles, with noodle experiments being the main star of the show. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay updated. Until then, see ya!